The Bavarian palace of Herrenchiemsee, a beautiful and rather unusual backdrop for the meeting of Bavarian State Premier Markus Söder and Angela Merkel. The relationship between the two hasn't always been this cordial. It was a wonderful day. The day started with a picturesque and well-orchestrated boat trip to the island of Herrenchiemsee, much more filmable than a more convenient helicopter flight would have been. That was followed by a ride in a horse-drawn carriage, the pair resembling a regent with her crown prince. But Angela Merkel doesn't want to comment on the question on everyone's lips. Concerning the issue of my successor, I want to observe a certain restraint, which means that I won't comment on the question in any way. More than half of Germans think Markus Söder would be a good candidate. His approval ratings shot up during the corona crisis. Söder deftly turned this into a compliment and says it's all thanks to the Chancellor. The fact that Germany got through this crisis better than other countries is down to the influence and leadership of the Chancellor. Angela Merkel's trip to Bavaria was a display of harmony. Pictures like these certainly won't hurt Bavaria's state premier on the road to a possible candidacy for chancellorship.
Let's go to our chief political correspondent, Melinda Crane, who is following this story for us. Hi, Melinda. So we have seen the pictures, a very amicable and grand visit, which is rather unusual for Merkel, who's known for her sober appearances.
That's true, but of course it wasn't the Chancellor herself who chose these settings, but rather her host. However, it's unusual for precisely that reason. This is the same politician who, during the election campaign of 2018, made it clear that he would prefer that Chancellor Merkel, not visit him, but was very happy to receive a visit from the much more conservative Chancellor of Austria. This was at a time when these two parties, the Chancellor's Christian Democrats and its Bavarian sister party, the Christian Social Union, which is Mr. Söder's party, when they were scarcely on speaking terms. So what has changed? Well, Mr. Söder has moved toward the middle of the political spectrum and distanced himself from the right-wing populism of his predecessor. And frankly, a winner loves a winner. Both Söder and Merkel emerged from the corona crisis looking very strong indeed. The ratings that you mentioned, they are largely attributable to the fact that both showed very clear, disciplined leadership to try to nip corona in the bud.
Very interesting. So Melinda, does this mean Markus Söder is now Merkel's hand-picked successor?
No, it doesn't. I think when she tries to play her cards close to her vest, that she absolutely means it. She had a hand-picked successor. That was the woman who is now the defense minister, Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer. That did not work out well at all. So I think that the Chancellor is very much now doing a wait and see.
Melinda, I mean, can we expect that Söder would throw his hat into the ring, and how might he do that?
It's quite likely, but I think there's an element of wait and see on the part of Söder as well. It may be that he would have preferred to wait until 2025 to throw his hat into the ring. He keeps saying that he really loves Bavaria and wants to stay there. On the other hand, he also says things like, it's not my fault if everybody's talking about me. I'm not the one who's putting those stories out there. Almost everybody expects that he will be a candidate, but if he sees the ratings, the polls turning downward for the Conservatives, it is possible that he will then make his assertions about wanting to stay in Bavaria even more enthusiastically.
All right, that's Melinda Crane, our chief political correspondent here in DW, on that story. Thank you so much for that, Melinda.